friends on Instagram and everywhere else. Today we are doing another session with Tongren Therapy with Joseph Lucier. If you have never seen me before, each week myself and many others throughout the world do a Tongren Therapy session to actually give distance healing treatment so you as the observer in another place in the world can receive healing energy. And we've been doing this for a really long time. It works out really well. And if you are on Facebook or Instagram, put in your requests and we will do our best and we will give you a Tongren session. What I request for everyone is to sit with your feet flat on the floor, palms face up, and just relax. And an easy way to get into a relaxation mode is a simple breathing technique, what I call 4-8-8. So what you would do, you breathe through the nose, and I'll count for you. You breathe in, count to 4 through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. As you're breathing in, breathe out through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and hold for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's a breathing technique which will initiate the relaxation response so that you can actually activate the parasympathetic nervous system compared to the sympathetic nervous system. And hello Maria and Siobhan, and you got the relaxator. So there you go. I don't have mine on at the moment, but they're a brilliant tool. I think they're amazing, and they work really well. So let's begin. We have our requests here, and let's begin right away with Esther, who wants mobility, bladder, skin, arthritis, those 4 main things. So we do it in a 3-part process. I actually teach this all over the world so that you can actually get a comprehensive tune-up, so to speak, and you can get like a massage therapy or acupuncture, you tune up all the systems from a holistic perspective. So blood flow to the brain. And initialize the brain, which is kind of our command center, so that we can actually tell the brain, wake up and talk to the rest of the body. Command points of the brain. Command points of the brain, and those would include the hypothalamus, pituitary, sensory cortex, and motor cortex. So we initialize the endocrine system and the bioelectrical nervous or the nervous system. And Esther, you are first. So we'll work with mobility, which would include also circulation, GV17, cardiac, respiratory, and vasculatory centers. And we're getting requests, I think, from Instagram. I actually don't know how that works. I guess unless you do an interview or something to join our video, but you can tap along. You can do whatever you like. And then we work on parasympathetic focus and then the sympathetic focus. Vertebral artery to the spinal artery. So T4 for the skin for Esther, T1, 2, 3, 4, and focus on 4. And for anything that's going on with the skin, we focus on the detox organs, which is T4 and T9, the liver. Clay foot soaks would be a good option as you release toxins through the body. It releases tension on the skin, which may be toxic, and then it releases tension on the liver, which is your detox organ. and we work on blood flow and nerve flow. So T7, lower blood, the arthritis, T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. So if people could give me an update if you're feeling better, worse, or the same since last week, or if you won the lottery. Well, actually, if you won the lottery, you probably would be not here, but we never know. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 for anti-inflammation and arthritis, any itis. Then for the bladder and the lower extremities, T7 for the blood and the nerve flow, brachial plexus, lumbosacral plexus, and then S1 to S5. And I'm glad you're feeling better than yesterday. Bonjour, les yeux, s'il vous plaît. Oh, oui, nous avons les personnes de France, or French Boston. Les yeux, the eyes. We will work on the eyes. And then the parasympathetic and the sympathetic, the vagus nerve, CV17 for oxygen and skin and lungs, which are related to the skin, and then CV4 for energy and the bladder area. And liver 3 and kidney 1. So it looks like we got a few people asking for about COVID. We'll definitely work on COVID. And there's a couple of extra pieces of information I can give you on COVID as well. So thank you, Esther, for joining us. Did anybody see the green planet last night on public television? That was pretty cool. Public television is our friend. So next we work with, let's check out Tongren Station, not Tongren Station, the Anusar will. So we have Fran D, please tap for esophageal cancer, absolutely. Blood flow to the brain, and we will also work for Marie for continued calmness of the abdominal area. So the esophagus, the abdominal area, but GB13, relaxation response. So we're playing the Schumann resonance, not Sherman or Schumann, the classical musician, the actual frequency, the aura of the earth, 7.8 hertz. Command points of the brain, command points of the brain stem. So, some interesting information about COVID. And I think it's from the vaccine as well. They're similar. They have similar effects, of course, because they're targeting, in many ways, the same thing. And they may evoke the same thing. But in general, with COVID, is systemic inflammation is the result. And even to the point of circulation and microcirculation, which doesn't show up on all tests. And good ways to work and deal with microcirculation is through light therapy, primarily infrared light, like infrared saunas, and then through PEMF, which is pulse electromagnetic field therapies. They go to the microcirculation area. Vertebral artery to the spinal artery. So let's all tap for some people that are going through COVID right now, including Jenny. Temperature 101.4. Plantar fasciitis, left middle finger, and rebuilding muscle tone. And we'll get to that absolutely in just a moment. So anti-inflammation for the gut for Marie. T 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 for anti-inflammation. T6 for the diaphragm and oxygen for esophageal cancer, and T8 for the esophagus. So Fran B. T8 esophagus. And then the microbiome, which can also help with inflammation and any itis, including arthritis. T11, T12, L4, and L5. And grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. But let's do spleen 6 for Marie. But let's do the vagus nerve, the gut-brain axis. Gallbladder 12, CV4 in the abdomen area. CV12 for the esophagus. So CV12 and CV4. And right on the delicate areas of the abdomen area, the ouch points. And then the oxygen protocol, which is the phrenic nerve and the diaphragm, CV17. And then CV17, CV12, and CV4 for Fran and Marie. Grounding liver 3 and kidney 1. I'm working on a workshop with Tommy Priester, an expert in herbs and different things, including parasitology in terms of treatment, diagnosis, pathology. So as of right now, I've got him committed to do a 2-hour workshop on parasites, and I think it would be a good thing for everyone to see. Sometimes parasites are at the core, like Epstein-Barr virus. These types of things are at the core of, they create the inflammation, they create the oxygen deficiencies, they create the nerve issues, even MS. So he's been generous enough to agree to do that. So if you're all interested, let me know. Thank you for joining us, Marie, as always. And we have COVID side effects. On Instagram, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Side effects. And next we have on our list, next we will have Brave Being and Jenny and Siobhan. But we don't want to miss Instagram. So So first, inflammation, COVID side effects. Well, you got it, kid. So that's one. And then tired, irritated eyes. Okay, the next round will be all eye stuff, but this time it is inflammation for Detox on Instagram, and also COVID for Jenny. So those two for COVID. And Mimi Graham looks like a first time. Don't recognize the name, but sleep, heart, eyes. The next session round will be all about the eyes and sleep. So let's work on COVID. Blood flow to the brain. TV 19, 20, 21, 22. So I'll put our focus on the people with cancer to remove their cancer, the people with a fever, Jenny, to remove the fever as well. So a good way to do it, relax and concentrate and put your mind in the area that you want to have a resolution for, and just breathe and relax. So circulation, we want really maximize circulation for COVID. GV17. Blood circulation, so blood flow and nerve flow, and then anti-inflammation for the COVID people. You're welcome very much. Mr. Sublimes. So we'll continue to work on the COVID for you. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. So circulation is the main part of it. I want to make sure I'm getting this right, that I did not skip anyone. I did. Mystical Citizen and Tree Pose. Yep, you were at the beginning before my name, and I went back and made sure that you will be included. So my apologies. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, anti-inflammation. Microbiome. T11, T12, L4, L5. Oh, and it looks like you're here now and the heading. So Robin, are you in two places? Okay. Yep, Tree Pose, I think, is Robin. So yep, thank you for making sure I get that right. Down to the grounding, liver, spleen 6, liver 3, kidney 1. I spent a lot of time on CV17 for the lungs. So there's 3 points you can really focus on the lungs. Lung 1, lung 2 in Chinese medicine up in the corners. And then CV17. Let's do that again for the oxygen lung clearing. So a great thing you can do with your laser for COVID as well is the laser on CV17. And we're going to tap for it, and then you can do that. It will clear the lungs, help to clear the lungs. Lung 1, lung 2 in the corners, CV17, CV4 for the gut and the microbiome and the immune system from the gut. And we will also get in plantar fasciitis. So let's work on blood flow to the brain, plantar fasciitis, left middle finger, complex tears, medial meniscus. So we'll work our way down, blood flow to the brain, complex tears. So we'll work on the eyes, the ouch points. So for cavities and teeth care, I use something called Primal Life Organics. They use light therapy to clean your teeth. They use light therapy to remove stains, but they also use clay for the toothpaste, which is mineralizing and really good. And Siobhan, you're coming up. Vertebral artery to the spinal artery. But C3 for the eyes. And again, the ouch point of the eyes and the tear duct areas. And again, C3 for the eyes. Optic nerve, GV23 for the eyes as well. And then blood pressure to the eyes, GV17. And pour mon ami, où êtes-vous? Bonjour les yeux, nous ferons les yeux maintenant. For the eye pressure, for the macular degeneration, any issues with the eyes, so blood flow to the eyes, pressure, CV17, ouch point for the eyes, blood flow again to the eyes, a facial artery, and C3 for the eyes. Cover everything for the eyes. Oui, parfait. C'est magnifique. Omelette du fromage again. Vertebral artery to the spinal artery. And we'll move down. You have the meniscus of both knees, enlarged prostate, and insomnia. So if you haven't done so in terms of prostate issues, you need to eliminate dairy products because that really makes it go crazy. Meat products are second to dairy, but they're also inflammatory causing. Avoid all plastics. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. T4 for the breast cancer. Brachial plexus, T11, T12, C4, C6, C7, T1, T2, and then down to the left middle finger. So for insomnia, in tongue, third eye area. Breathe into that. Close your eyes. Breathe in. Exhale longer than your inhale. Put your mind in the third eye area, especially before going to bed. Don't eat late at night as well. Chamomile tea before bed, something like that might be an option. So for the insomnia, sleep, we have an interesting point for sleep, T7, left side. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 for plantar fasciitis. Next, we'll work with Robin. And with the eyes, we'll continue at home. Et practice au français, the liver. Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire en anglais, the liver? D9 right side. And Chevy 9 has joined. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Brachial plexus, lumbosacral plexus, and the plantar fasciitis. Blood flow, nerve flow, and ouch point. And let's work some more with the breast cancer. We have more of those. Hoping for a quick recovery for everyone. Blood flow to the brain. T1, 2, 3, 4 for the breast cancer for Siobhan. And also start resilience. T4 for the breast. For blood flow and nerve flow. Vertebral artery to the spinal artery, but also the mammary arteries. From the sky window area. CV17 for the breast cancer as well. So healthy hormones, GV19, 20, 21, 22. And then we'll do for everyone a tune-up for the lymph system, axillary lymph. Paxlovid, I've heard of it, I'm not that familiar with it. What does it do? La foi. Okay. So we have a question, why is T7 left side good for the sleep? Let's see. There has actually never been a real explanation. T7 left side, spleen area. Must be a Chinese medicine thing, or something we've done. There's never been a really good explanation for it, but I heard it works. And that's why we do T7 left side. And I always remember left side because if you do it right side, that would rhyme with right, and it doesn't rhyme with right, so it's on T7 left side. That's the spleen area. That's one of the, I think in Chinese medicine, one of the earth elements, and that may be what it is as well. And we don't want to miss also meniscus in both knees. So we work on the front and stomach 36 and bladder 54. The knee, behind the knee. And then for the endocrine system, GB 20, 22. But for everyone, a lymph tune-up, lymph drainage, axillary lymph, inguinal lymph, lymph duct, and the spleen. Complete lymph tune-up, and especially on the left side, the area near the breast. And there's some herbs you can do for lymph drainage. You can also do castor oil pack on the belly, just below the belly button. So we don't want to miss Jessica. And we got the lymph nodes, healthy hormones, and emotions. We'll work on emotions for everyone. That's a good idea. And then we'll work for Miguel. Nephrotic syndrome. Can you give me a little bit more information on the location? Blood flow to the brain. So next we will work tired eyes, too much computer work. Welcome to my world, eh? Tendinitis in both shoulders. And also Jessica. So blood flow to the brain. Jessica, liver, pancreas, spleen, anxiety, and your mom, kidney, eyes, diabetes. So blood flow to the brain, both kidneys. Was this related to an accident or medications or a vaccine or something changed quickly? But we'll work on that for sure right now. Blood flow to the brain. Can everybody hear the tone, the earth tone in the background? That is not noise coming from my ears, bleeding out from my brain, but that would be cool. It is the actual human aura, the earth aura. And did the child have type 1 or type 2 diabetes? Blood flow to the brain. Blood flow to the brain stem. So relaxation response for everyone, GB 13. Relaxed mind. Anxiety. So the eyes for Jessica and her dad. The ouch point for the eyes. The irritated eyes also for brave being. There's a really good homeopathic called Simulacin for computers, which will help the eyes a lot to relax and to lubricate. It's a homeopathic, it's very safe, it's sold over the counter. Simulacin, the computer specific one. So command points of the brain stem. So is that, the kidney proteins, elevated kidney proteins from the blood work. Specific proteins, as a matter of fact. Vertebral artery to the spinal artery. And Robin, you are next. You were there earlier, and I'll just catch up right in a moment. So for the eyes, C3, type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance, T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, also for the inflammation and tendinitis, and even receding gums. C3, C4 for the gums and the teeth. Receding gums, ouch points. Teeth, C3, 4, and 5. You're welcome, Siobhan. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. We can do T4 again for the breast, the area for stagnation, and the armpits, and the lymph area, which is good. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, and 8. 7 is the spleen, 8 is the pancreas, 9 is the liver. T7, 8, 9 for Jessica. T7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you might temporarily want a massage toothbrush just to gently massage. Clay, coconut swishing to help. Coconut swishing with sesame oil would be a good option to rebuild the gums and the receding gums and to reduce the inflammation. I had them before, it's all gone now. So you can definitely do that. So we'll continue with Robin. Receding gums, cavities, T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Jessica, we've got the liver, pancreas, and spleen. And then the kidneys. L1, L2, L3. And again, the pancreas for insulin resistance. Cerebral artery to the spinal artery. T5 for the heart, for mimogram. T7 left side for the sleep. And we will again do the eyes, C3. And Andrea Shaw Bunions, whereabouts? What feet? Both feet? Sometimes that deals with calcium balancing. We'll work on that as well. Mineralizing your body will help to reduce, because sometimes they are like calcium deposits. Foods like sea vegetables and using clay internally and externally, especially externally on the feet area, will help a lot. Left it is. And one more for Brave Being, then Blue Sky, and then Eric. Good to see you, Eric. Vertebral artery, spinal artery, tendinitis, T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. the manager of the tendons, BL9, and the outer points of the tendons in both shoulders, especially the area of lung 1 and lung 2. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, again antiviral for COVID, for anti-cancer, eye issues. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. And your next blue sky. And the specific place for the tendinitis on the shoulders on the front side on the top. There's like a 3-part muscle area there. Vertebral artery to the spinal artery. And next will be Chevy 98, Chevy's 98. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Relaxed mind for everyone. Take a deep breath through the nose, of course, out through the nose. And GB13, put your mind there. So let's work with Chevy's 98 for the 2 kidneys. Blood flow to the brain, help proteins in the urine, okay? And we got the tendinitis in both shoulders. One more time. And for blue sky, relaxed mind, and then sciatic and lungs for bomber. I'm sorry, right side sciatic for bomber. Lung health for dad. T1, 2, 3, 4 for the lungs. And let's really work on the blood flow and nerve flow to the kidneys. T7, abdominal blood. L1, L2, L3 for the kidneys, especially L2. You are very welcome. Let's really focus on, must be suffering a lot. And also here, which is good for the kidneys as well, the sciatic nerve. Activate the entire spine for everyone. We'll do a little bit more with the eyes as well. We have some time. And welcome, Monica. Good to see you. Faris, good to see you as well, too. We worked on the tendonitis, relaxed mind. Hello, Eric, for everyone. And hello, Maureen Gillis McRae. Nice to see you. So, Faris, we're going to work on your mom's eyes. We're going to work on COVID again. And the bunions are next. Yes. Blood flow to the brain. Just sit, relax, your feet flat on the floor. If you want, close your eyes, breathe through the nose, and put your mind in the area that you want to receive the healing energy. Blood flow to the brain. So we have two people, left heel, spur, and bunions. Also on the left. So we want to work on the endocrine system, the TV20 for the pituitary, C6, C7, thyroid, parathyroid for calcium balancing for everyone, but especially people with the bunions and the bone spurs, so we can balance out. Yes, breathe through the nose, breathe in 4, out 8, hold 8, 4, 8, 8, and you can do this when you're walking too. Instead of breaths, you do steps. So we have a question, is it possible that the herbs I'm taking could be elevating the fever in order to get rid of COVID? The herbs that we've discussed are not specifically for generating a fever itself. The body will continue to elevate on its own, but the herbs that we've discussed, they would not be explicitly creating fever. There are some herbs and some processes that proactively create a fever, but those I do not believe are in that group. Vertebral artery, spinal artery. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 for COVID for many people here tonight. So YWVM, I guess. No appetite, T7 and microbiome, T11, T12, L4, L5. And Maureen will be with you in just a moment. COVID peak days, nausea, microbiome, the gut itself, stomach and liver, T9, stomach and cramps and exhaustion. So we want to work for energy. It's good to do Tongren right after surgery. That's a question. Yes, absolutely. The healing energy. The more you can get at that time, the better. Was that cataract surgery, Ferris? So again, C6, C7, calcium balancing for bunions and for bone spurs. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Anti-inflammation for everyone. And grounding liver 3 and kidney 1. So I think we're all set with Instagram. And it looks like it might be a little bit on the dark side for you guys. I hope it's not too much. I need some more light here. So again, for the nephrotic syndrome CV4, make sure we work on that CV4 for the kidneys. So blood flow to the brain, work for the eyes, the ouch point of the eyes. Kind guest, detox from mold and chemicals. Circadian rhythm disorder. Thank you for joining us, kind guest. And we also work now for our other new person, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and arthritis. Coming right up. Along with Ferris, we're going to continue to do some more with the eyesight. Ouch point for the eyes, blood flow to the eyes, sky window, facial artery, optic nerve for the eyes, GB22, vertebral artery to the eyes and the cranial nerves as well. C3 for the eyes, so blood flow, nerve flow, vertebral artery, spinal artery, and then C3 for the eyes. Let's do one more time, the ouch point for the eyes. Thermostat for Jenny, also pituitary, GV20. The class is not over. Nope, we have time. And you are next, kind guest. I hope you can still see us. Let me know. We finish at 7. So T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 for type 2 diabetes, Maureen. Anti-inflammation, and then high blood pressure, GV17 for blood pressure. Blood flow to the brain, brain command points, and GV17 right here for the blood pressure. So some good things you can do for the blood pressure are beet juice, which increases vasodilation, breath work, all those things. So high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, and arthritis, all itises. And divine user, you are requesting energy for bile duct cancer, spread to the liver and the lungs, absolutely. So are people still seeing me on my website? Let me know. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. So T3 for the lungs, oxygenation for any oxygen situation, including COVID for Jenny and the others. For the phrenic nerve and CV17. And you're welcome very much, Maureen. And we work on the arthritis right now. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 for you. Two, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. T7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Digestion, absorption, and elimination. T8 for the pancreas for type 2 diabetes. And type 2 diabetes is insulin resistance. So reducing your fat intake from 10 to 20%. Ideally is all fats from not from animals, from plant-based sources, and then high fiber, which is a natural regulator of sugar in the body. So for Monica, we're working on the bile ducts, T10 and 11. Let's work 9, 10, and 11 for the bile duct cancer, including the lung, T3, 9, 10, and 11 for the liver and the bile duct. My sense is the webpage for the website is down. No one can communicate anymore, it seems. I apologize if that's happened. But we got everyone. And exhaustion, so I forgot that one thing, the exhaustion, then kind guest detox from mold, chemicals, adrenal health, and circadian rhythm disorder. So the best thing for all of those things would be for clay foot soaks, and clay baths. So let me know how you're doing, Divine User, T9, 10, and 11. And for Rebecca, we will tap for leukemia and perfect bloods and for bone issues. Yep, we will do that next. Good to see you. Are you in the United States, Rebecca? Circadian rhythm disorder. So the pineal gland, and believe it or not, there are ways the pineal gland can become calcified, and you can work on that through specific clay called Omus. Thank you for joining us, Rebecca. Is it really late there? Yep, it is. No, it's morning there. Yep, it's your Friday morning. And my guess is you know Emma, or you are Emma. Blood flow to the brain. Early morning. You're not Emma though, that's for sure. Command points of the brain. Heavy mold detoxing, T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, especially the two main detox organs, the skin, T4, and the liver, T9, right side. And of course the kidneys, L2, and T7 and T12, digestion, absorption, and elimination, again the L1, L2 for adrenal health and grounding. So let's work now for a blood and bone marrow tune-up for everyone, and that should catch us all up. Thank you for joining us from Australia. Blood flow to the brain. Let's work right away on craniosacral fluid for everyone. There is a flow of fluid from the brain to the tailbone, runs in a rhythm, runs in a cycle, a circle, a circuit. From the sphenoid bone to the tailbone, T1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you can look up the work of Hannah Kroger, there are specific massage techniques for adjusting the tailbone, or with a osteopath, to make sure your tailbone is not misaligned, because that can interfere with the craniosacral fluid. But it's also been known to work with leukemia. And there's a woman who just did tailbone adjustments for 5,000 kids, and they were within a week, plus a T that they took, their leukemia went away. This was for kids. It's a little easier with kids. So sphenoid bone to tailbone, and then perfect bloods for Canada, and for less, L3 for the prostate, but the bones for less also, T1. Her name is Hannah Kroger. See if I got the book here. I do. Hannah Kroger, a German naturopath from the early 20s and 30s. There are also some herbs that nourish the actual bone marrow itself. So the bones, T1 for the bones, GB39 for the bones for leukemia. Anti-inflammation for the bones, T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. On a quick note, going backwards a little bit, circadian rhythm. The pineal gland can be stimulated, of course, by darkness. It can also be stimulated by infrared light therapies. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Anti-inflammation, and the immune system, microbiome for leukemia as well, and for COVID, and for cancer. Oxygenation, alkalizing, T11, T12, L4, and L5. And grounding for everyone. So let me know if you're still here. We will do a qigong for everyone, which is an energy charging of what we call the Dantian areas. So just sit relaxed, feet flat on the floor, palms face up. Put your mind, especially for energy and exhaustion, CV4, which is about 2 inches below the belly button. And imagine the breath going in and filling it and out. Breathe in, breathe out. Focus on the tone playing in the background. That's a healing tone of the earth. and to create cohesive energy to seal, or not to seal, to clear the area for you as you continue on with your day or evening. Blessings to all of you. Thank you for joining. Be kind to one another. Send healing and positive energy to everyone, and we can truly change the world. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Thank you for the opportunity to be with all of you today.